And it's like, if you start for example, if you start a relationship like buying her Birkins and flying her to
She's
Dubai,
gonna keep on that, yeah.
that's what you're telling her. This is what like you can't
You shouldn't buy girls things unless you're already seriously dating them. Maybe pay for them to go somewhere and dinner and stuff, but you should never like buy them like gifts unless
like
you're already
you shouldn't turn around and get angry at that girl 4 years later for being materialistic. If you started the relationship by buying her Birkins.
I love the guys that always dig the bitch about girls being gold diggers. Those guys that are buying girls stuff constantly. It's like, you're a freaking moron. What do you expect? Because that's the only thing you have going for you is buying girls shit.
You're doing it. You're setting up the expectation. You're ruining it for yourself.
So now you keep owing her that. Just like if a girl gives you a lot of sex right away, she better keep giving it. Same thing. Set expectations up.
Same expectation. Well, women don't tend to hold to that arrangement, but
I don't know. I think they do as long as they respect you.
I would agree with that. Yeah. And it's about the respect thing is key. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go on some of the bad of the porn. Well, first off, who runs the porn industry? What people think?
All right. I know this is a hot topic.
I don't know the answer to this.
You know the answer to this question.
I hear a rumor. I just don't know how true it is. I haven't done deep research. I'm trying to see if rumors true or not.
Yeah, exactly. Hang on. Let me try and zoom in.
Oh, so you have the stats on that?
I have names. Let's just
jump. Some Bergs in there? Or,
there may
be some Steins, and I honestly don't know. I always hear the rumor that certain people run it, but
sorry for this slight technical glitch.
There's too much shit to research, so I can't go down every rabbit hole.
Zoom. That's what I want to do. Let's zoom in about 100%. Boom. There we go. All right. So let's. So the guy who's widely recognized as the pioneer of hardcore pornography in the United States. It goes by the name, is a guy by the name of Al Goldstein. He was actually arrested 19 times on obscenity charges. And I think it wasn't his particular case, but there's at least 3 really important free speech cases in the United States that kind of enshrined and allowed pornography to exist as we know it today.
Yeah.
Without those 3 cases, it wouldn't exist. But anyway, there's this really famous quote from Al Goldstein.
I did see this quote. Go ahead and read it though. It's so if you have it, it's so shocking.
Am I going to read it?
I thought it was fake when I saw it, so I had to Google it.
Yeah, he said the only reason that Jews are in pornography is that we think that Christ sucks, Catholicism sucks. And if you take into context, so I think he was in the
he went a lot further than that, but
yeah, but he was in the 70s, I believe, maybe 70s, yeah, somewhere around that time. And in that time, that era of pornography, most of the male porn stars were Jewish guys, and most of the female porn stars were actually Catholic girls.
So they're wanting to defile goyim.
It was an interesting that was the dynamic. Now if you go into porn, a lot of the girls are
really?
a big chunk, not a massive majority, obviously, because they're they're what a tiny percent of the population. But of the girls I have worked with, there's a big chunk that are Jewish.
It's interesting.
And a lot of them are big name stars you might recognize. But the dudes are all walks of life. There was a lot of, for some weird reason, there was a lot of Mormons. I don't know why that is.
That's interesting.
But there was a bunch of Mormons,
Jehovah's Witnesses and Mormons, maybe.
I don't know. There was one.
Maybe because they grew up having no sex and they're going the opposite way.
Well, there was a dude in the porn industry who was a Mormon, and there was a girl I knew as well who was a Mormon, and they cast both of them in this scene, which was where they had to wear the magical underpants. You know, that's a Mormon thing.
The magical underpants.
Where the magical underpants. They did a porno about it, and they got these 2 ex-Mormons to do it, or 2 people who grew up Mormons.
They like to mock religions too. They do that with Islam and that. It's almost like a mockery.
Well, I kind of pointed this out once when I was on set, and I made that observation. They'll mock Mormonism in porn.
They won't mock Judaism.
They'll mock priests and nuns in porn, or they'll sexualize them. I'll say that instead. They'll sexualize them.
Sexualize nuns.
Sexualize nuns and priests, sexualize Mormons. They'll sexualize Muslims with the hijab, Muslim women with the hijab and stuff. But maybe someone can tell me if this is good. I have personally never seen a porno where it's a rabbi
making fun of Jews.
Yeah, or sexualizing them like that. I've never personally seen it.
I haven't either.
Maybe it does exist. I don't know. But if anyone's interested, the 3 different First Amendment cases, Roth versus United States, that kind of created the foundation of porn here in the US. It's Roth versus United States, Miller versus California, and the Larry Flint case. Those are 3 big. But it might not be. I might have missed a few, but those are the big ones. Yeah. Those are 3 super super big ones. If we go into OnlyFans, right? The owner of OnlyFans right now is what
were those 3 people suing? Were they?
They're all around porn. They're all around obscenity.
Yeah, were they Jewish? No, are they not Jewish?
Is Larry Flint? I actually don't know. I don't know.
honestly haven't done the research. I've heard people say it, but I haven't done the research.
The first one, Roth versus United States, I believe he was actually Jewish. I do believe he was. The other two I'm not certain about. Then you go into like OnlyFans. The majority owner is Leonid Radovinsky. He actually created OnlyFans, and he's the founder of My Free Cams.
And he gives a lot of money to APAC.
He does donate to APAC. That is very, very true.
You know, OnlyFans, they were trying to do non-sexual content for a minute. They were trying to sign me, and I'm just like, no, I'm not doing OnlyFans.
They want to sign you.
It was for like non-sexual stuff. They were trying to do like fight content, but I'm just like not having my name associated with OnlyFans. I think they're still trying to do it. I don't think they're throwing the same kind of money at it. They're trying to like throw good money around for a second to get people to sign.
There was a period.
Like jiu-jitsu people, fighters, but the name is just too stigmatized. Plus, it's like I don't want anything to do with a company like that.
Yeah, I think the company started in, I believe the company started in like 2017, I want to say. Somewhere around there. Maybe it was 16, maybe it was 18, it was somewhere around there. And I know at the beginning they tried to portray themselves as like a platform for all creators. But it was basically all porn.
It's pretty much all porn. I think they kind of gave up on it for a quick
like
second. They were trying to throw money at like fighters and
there was
stuff
like a year ago, roughly a year ago, I saw this as well. Like there was a big push to try and get like, you know, foodie creators and fitness creators and all these other kinds of creators.
Good money around too. I don't remember the exact figure, but it was like a decent chunk of money. But
really, to try and attract you to the platform.
Not like insane money, but not bad. It was definitely.
It's interesting, but it is kind of like this guy Leonard Radvinsky, who owns OnlyFans and founded My Free Cams, like he literally does donate to APAC.
Yeah,
and APAC funds people like Ben Shapiro, who then turn around and criticize
genocide,
who then turn around and criticize guys like Andrew Tate for running a webcam studio.
Yeah, kind of.
Like, isn't there some? Maybe I'm missing something, but that seems a bit like some kind of circular logic.
No, exactly.
Ben Shapiro,
He won't criticize OnlyFans because they support Israel.
It's interesting.